JACC Interventions, and I have the pleasure to introduce Dr. Vetrovec here, who is Professor Emeritus at VCU and is MAC and has been involved with education and research. And it's a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Vetrovec.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we're live from CRT 2022. What has been your top takeaways from CRT 2022 so far?
Well, it's exciting to, one, be live and see people I haven't seen for 2 years at least, and it really makes all the difference. I think this interaction, I had noticed people coming to the podium and to the microphones and asking live questions, and it's so much different, and I think really gives an energy that we don't have otherwise.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And so we're definitely involved in ACC, in social media, and you've been involved in acc.org. What's your advice or what's your take on the digital platform in education in the current era?
Well, I think one has to be very careful about sharing patient information that sometimes slips into that, and people forget that. It's just like being careful on an elevator. And so I think that's important. On the other hand, it's a way to communicate quickly, but there's no good housekeeping seal of approval, and so you have to also modulate what you read. So make sure it makes sense. Look for other people who are senior or are known to be experienced in procedures or in the area to guide you somewhat in terms of the responses. So I think one has to be a little measured in how one uses it.
Absolutely. And there are now multiple JACC journals and multiple subspecialties. What is your advice for the early career cardiologist?
I think the nice thing about looking at all of them is, even though I'm an interventionalist, a good article on risk management is important to me too if I'm going to give the best care to my patients. So you have to pick and choose that way.
Perfect, perfect. And what do you like the most about JACC Interventions?
I think it has a very nice variety of information. I mean, there's a little bit of technical things, but there's a lot of information about different procedures, different techniques, outcomes. So I think you learn a lot from it. Absolutely.
And what do you think the future of meetings are? Do you think they're going to be live or virtual?
My guess is they're going to be a hybrid. The live, I think, has some real interaction issues, abilities that make them special, but the ability to do them online provides an opportunity for other countries and for people who don't have the money to travel, so forth, or the time to travel to be a part of them or pick out what they want to hear.
Perfect. And then educational material on acc.org. How do you integrate it in contemporary practice and education?
I don't know. I've been chairing or the lead editor, I guess it is, for the angiography and interventional educational part of that. And I've tried to get a mix of people to write pieces that are some wise, long-standing academics, but some practicing physicians to allow some mix of information and opinions. We have the opportunity to do polls, do case reports, so it's a varied content, but it's all grounded with having some reference material to it. So it's not just freewheeling opinion, it's backed up by some science, but less rigorous than, say, an article for JACC. So I think it's a nice compromise. All the articles are written short with the idea that you're going to take away the really key points, and the polls are all written, so at least the ones I do are all based, even if I don't say it in the beginning of the poll, on an article that's come out or a series of articles, and then in the discussion when the poll is published, then the results go to the article. So it's meant to be educational and usually have the key points.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And live from CRT 2022, this is Abdallah Sabah with Dr. Vetrovec. Thank you.
Thank you.